They're looking for talent. So you can put your hand up and say, hey, here I am. I want to work for you guys. I have the right skill set. So these are the 3 metrics, and now we are going to do a demo of that. Okay? To do the demo, we are going to head over to our friend Google. Our search is going to start on Google. So give me a second, and here I am on Google, and I'm going to type into the search bar a particular phrase. Remember, the first metric is fastest growing companies. So let's come here and type in India fastest growing companies 2024, and let's look at the results together. So you have a result from Equity Master, fastest growing stocks. Well, this is a great result. Statista is a really good organization. We are going to right click and open that up. Times of India, top 15 growing companies. All right, so these are companies which are growing faster than market rate. And you can see lots of results, which I would encourage you to open up. For the purposes of this webinar, I'm going to look at one result, which is from Statista. So here we are, and we are just going to refresh this, just make sure that everything is good. Statista is an organization which works very closely with the Financial Times and the Economic Times in India. Okay, now what we're going to do here is we are going to sort by country, because in this example, I'm looking for the fastest growing companies in India. And you will see here the list of the top 100 fastest growing companies in India. Not only that, you can click any of these buttons and you can figure out more about them. You can even shortlist by industry depending on whichever industry you are a part of. So there's no reason why you can't make a list of 10, 15, 20 companies which are growing very, very fast where you want to work. You can do that, and you must do that. Remember, what are we looking for? Fastest growing companies in the country. Step 1. Now, after that, let's go back to our friend Google, and we are looking for India best places to work 2024. So I'm clicking that, and the first result that I get is great places to work. Let's open that up. Let's go down. Ambition Box also has another really good authoritative result. So let's look at these two. First one is India's best companies to work for 2024. Awesome. This is their latest report. So I'm going to go through this right now with you. And I'm scrolling down. And I can see a list of 100 best places to work. If you are searching for a job, at least 10 or 20 of them should be on your radar. You should have a database, an Excel sheet of these companies, and that data is available here. Click the thumbs up button if you like this, because this is now proven data to show that there are companies in your geography, in your location, depending on wherever you are based, whichever industry you are a part of. There are lots of companies here which you can research more. Not only that, let's go deeper. Remember guys, in this session I want to go as deep as possible to give you tangible and insights which are actionable for you. So let's go to lists, and you will see that there are multiple lists here. Alright, so let's look at, for example, if you are in BFSI, which are the best places to work in banking and finance. If you are in, for example, IT, alright, let's look at best places to work in IT. And let's look at, if you are a lady, here is another example of best places to work for women. So let's look at all of them. The first one that I'm pulling out is India's best places to work in BFSI. That's the banking and financial services industry. If you scroll down, you will see that entire list. My dear friend, if you are in banking and finance, why don't you have that list? And if you do, then why aren't you getting in touch with these people? Because these are the best places to work. Their work-life balance is great. Their employees are saying that, the company is really good. You need to really target and go deep into these companies. The devil lies in the details. This is how detailed targeting is taking place. Let's look at another example. India's best places to work in IT. So my question to you, if you are in IT, is, have you got this list? Have you downloaded it? Are you going through each of these companies step by step? And if not, why not? Now you can. There are 100 entries here. 100 IT companies which have been voted as the best places to work. And in the webinar for ladies, I've got you covered, because here you can download India's best workplaces for women. On the left hand side, there is a list which you can download, which are large multinational organizations. You can view the list. And on the right side, mid-sized organizations. The choice is yours. The point is, guys, that there is a lot of information and free data out there. It's available provided you know how to make sense out of it. And so far we have looked at great places to work. Another site which is really good is Ambition Box. And Ambition Box also has the top rated large companies to work for. They have a list where they have filtered the list by size, mega companies, large companies, tech startups. They also have a list for women. Now don't tell me that you don't know which is a good company to work if you're a lady, because the lists are there. And they've also got lists sector-wise. So there's no reason why you can't figure out which are the best places to work in your category, in your niche, for senior leaders, for middle level, for junior leaders. That data is all available. You just have to pick it up. Okay, so what did we do first? First, we looked at the fastest growing companies, and here was one example. And then we looked at best places to work. Now, the third thing is you need to type in, and let's go back to Google. Before that, let me just shut down a few of the tabs which are open in my browser. And let's go back to Google and type in the next phrase. 1 minute. Companies entering India 2024. And you will see Business Standard has said there are 25 global retail brands likely to enter the country. 25. Do you know who they are? If you don't, why not? If you tell me, Vikram, I'm searching for a job, I'm desperate for a job, my question to you would be, all right, give me the name of the top 25 companies entering India, and of them, how many have you got in touch with? Now, if those companies, for example, here, you can see here, 25 global retail brands. If you are not in retail, don't have a narrow vision. Vikram, I'm not in retail. How can I apply for a retail brand? You're missing the point. Because a retail brand will require people in supply chain, finance, IT, logistics, business strategy, sales, marketing, in every function. You don't have to come from a retail background to work in a retail brand. So I would urge you to go through these articles and make a list of companies which are entering the country. So my point here, guys, is that it's very easy for you to make a list of 20 to 25 companies. Actually, according to me, I think 25 should be the bare minimum of fastest growing, best places to work and companies entering India. All right? Will you do that? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up right now if you promise to make a list of 25 companies that you are going to be targeting in the next 1 month. Awesome. Well done. Okay, let's move on. So, in the CAR method, the first thing we are doing is we are identifying companies. Ab wo ho gaya. That's done, right? I've shown you how to do that. The next thing you have to do is target your alumni. Now, people may make a mistake here. The mistake they make is they go onto LinkedIn, and if they're searching for a job, especially if they have a career break, they put on that green band, open to work, and they just ask anybody, I'm searching for a job, can you help me? That's the wrong strategy. You have to understand that, as you can see on the screen, people do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. So unless somebody knows you, unless somebody likes you professionally, unless somebody gets to trust you, what's in it for them to help you? Nothing. So why should they help you? So to overcome that, we need to target a specific pool of people and not everybody on LinkedIn. And that pool of people is your alumni. Now there are two types of alumni that I'm talking about, not just your educational alumni, which is there, but the other one is your professional alumni. To explain how you do that, we are going to take an example. Now let's assume that I'm in Microsoft and I want to work in Google. Okay, as I explain this example, remember, please, if you are not from a tech background, it does not matter. I'm taking a tech example, moving from Microsoft to Google, but even if you are not in tech, same principles will apply. Okay, let's come back here. So I'm a manager in Microsoft. I want to work in Google. What do I do? Well, let's do a demo, okay? I want to keep this interaction interesting, so from time to time, I will be jumping from the screens and from the presentation, from the slides, and getting into a demo. So now what we're going to do is we are going to LinkedIn. All right, let it load up. And all the action that you will see now is going to happen in this little search bar here. This search bar is critical. Okay, very few professionals use the search bar to network on LinkedIn. Remember that the aim of LinkedIn is not to go and apply for jobs. This little icon here is important, but not very important. It's not to figure out who's seen your profile. But the aim of LinkedIn is actually to use the search bar and connect and network with the right people. That's what LinkedIn was meant for. So let's come here and type in people. All right? Because we are looking for people. Now focus on all these buttons here and let's go all the way to the right and let's look at all filters. So I'm going to click that, and remember, I'm in Microsoft India and I'm looking for people and I'm wanting to move to Google. So what I'm trying to do is I'm now going to be looking for my professional alumni, which is, listen carefully, okay? Listen carefully. I'm looking for people who are working in Google but have worked in Microsoft in the past, because they are your professional alumni. They have something in common with you. They have worked in the company you're currently working in. So how do we do that? First, we come to location and select India. Okay. Their current company should be what? It should be Google, because you want to work in that dream company. And the past company should be Microsoft. Now let's see how many such people exist. 179 results. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a gold mine of information. 179 people in Google can help you. They have something in common with you. They have worked at Microsoft in the past. They know what you're going through. They can empathize with you. They can tell you what's it like to work in Google. They can take your resume and give it to the right hiring manager. They can take your resume and give it to the right HR manager. They can tell you who is the right HR manager to connect with. Are you doing that in your research on LinkedIn? And if not, now you know how to do that. Okay, at the moment 179 is a large number. Let's assume in this example that you're based in Bangalore. So what I would do is I would narrow this down from India to Bangalore. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to select that, and remember to uncheck India, otherwise you won't get anything much. So now you're looking for people who are working in Google, who have worked in Microsoft in the past and are based in Bangalore, which is your hometown where you are currently based. And from 179, that number falls to 77. This is mind-blowing, because these people are in your city. Have a virtual call with them. And even better, if you can, try to have a cup of coffee with them. Take them out for a little coffee and say, listen, can we have a 15-20 minute chat? I'm trying to search for a job in Google. We have worked in Microsoft in the past. So these are people to connect with. Now let's look at, for example, Madhusmita Mohanty. All right, let's look at her profile. Okay, so she's working in Google, but not so long back she was a technical recruiter in your company where you're working right now. She was at Microsoft, and guess what? She is also, as a bonus, she's a hiring manager. She's an HR manager. She's looking for people. What a coincidence. This is amazing. And this is how you would now network with her. So how do you network with her? There are a couple of ways to do it. The smart way and the easy or lazy way. Let's start with the easy and lazy way first. Most people who are lazy will click connect and click send without a note. Now when that happens, do not expect a response back. As a career coach, I get hundreds of connection requests every day where people want to connect with me because they're searching for a job. But they don't even take the pain or bother to connect with a note. So I never respond back. What you should do is add a note, and a very simple note saying that, hey, hi Vikram, would love to connect with you on LinkedIn, or in this case, hi Madhusmita, would love to connect with you on LinkedIn if that's fine with you. Now what happens is that then Madhusmita knows that you are trying your best to put your best foot forward you have taken the effort to write a little note, the probability of her connecting with you rises exponentially. The next thing that you can do, which is even better, is to look at your mutual connections. See, LinkedIn knows that the best way to connect with people is through mutual connections. These are people who know Madhusmita and very common. I don't know Madhusmita at all, but I know people, and I'll click this here, who know her and me. Fantastic. So let's assume that I know Ganesh, I will pick up the phone and then I will tell Ganesh, hey, hi Ganesh, buddy, long time. How are you doing? Listen, I looking for a job on Google and I found that you know Madhusmita, I want to connect with her, can you help me? Then all Ganesh has to do is go to his message icon here and write a message connecting Madhusmita with me, and then it's up to me to take that conversation forward. But what he has done is he's broken the ice between two strangers. So remember that mutual connections work very, very, very well. Okay, so that's how connections are made. This is your professional alumni. So let's go back. What have we done? Let's look at what we have done. We have searched for people. Then we have narrowed down the location to either India or whichever city you're based in. You have looked at, in fact, let me open up all filters. So location is the greater Bangalore area in this example. The current company should be the dream company where you want to work. The past company is the company you are working in, and if you can't find your company here, you can always add a company. You can type out that name and then leave everything blank. Click show results. 77 people can help you. How many people are you tapping into? And that is my question to you as a job seeker. Do you have that list? Okay, so this was professional alumni. Now, it's not the end of the game, because you should also look at your educational alumni. And to explain that, I'm going to take myself as an example, because there's no other way to do it. So I graduated many years back from JBIMS, Jamanalal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies in Mumbai. So let's come here and let's pull up their LinkedIn page. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to click the page. So this is a page. Now, just as I'm going through my alma mater's page, you should be thinking about your alma mater's LinkedIn page. Once you come here, you open this up, come here to alumni. This is what I want you to focus on. Let's click here, and you will see that JBIMS has 13,709 alumni. Okay, that's good to know, but it doesn't help me at all. What I want to know is how many of them have worked in my dream company, that is Google. So let's type in Google and click enter. 49 people. There are 49 educational alumni for me, Shri Vikram Anand, who have worked in my dream company. And now I would go through all of them and I would see who are the more relevant ones, narrow down that list of 49 alumni, which you can see here, to maybe 10, 20. Reach out to them through the alumni directory or reach out to them through LinkedIn, connect with them and say, you have either worked at Google or you're working there. Listen, I come from the same institute. We are basically alumni. Can you help me? Can you give me some advice? Always start by asking for advice. So this is how you connect with your educational alumni. So what we have done so far is we have looked at the top companies that we want to target, where there may be jobs or there may not be jobs, but we have used our 3 filters. Do you remember what the filters are? Let's quickly refresh your memory. Fastest growing companies, best places to work, and companies entering India. Then from there, from our list of dream companies, we have looked at our professional and educational alumni. And the reason we have done that is people who have something in common with you are more likely to hire you or help you. And now we look at the last part of CAR, which is recruiters. These are recruiters in a company. Recruiters are actually of 2 types: external recruiters and internal recruiters. Internal recruiters is what I'm talking about right now. External recruiters are executive search firms or executive search consultants. We're not talking about that in this model, but we're talking about internal recruiters. So let's look at a demo of how do you target these recruiters and who are they in the first place. Let's go back to LinkedIn. Okay, so let's come back here and let's type in, or you can go back here, you can type in people. And once you do that, come back to all filters. Remember, the all filters button is the important button. Okay, so let's do this very slowly, step by step. Location, India, assuming you're searching for a job in India. Current company should be, remember your dream company right now in this example is you want to work in Google. And leave everything else blank. Leave past company blank. Go all the way down. And under title, type in recruiter. Okay, I've done that. And show results. 40 recruiters. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 40 people in Google who are searching for talent like you. These recruiters are not any average corporate manager. They're actually actively looking for talent. Their KRA is to find talent. So for example, Krupa Ravi. Alright, let's open up her profile. Let's look at Ankita. We are looking for the one. Who is the one? You. Let's open up her profile. Senior tech recruiter, career coach at Google. Great. Get in touch with her. Why can't you do that if you're searching for a job? She's looking for somebody like you. And again, a good way of connecting is by using mutual connections. These are people I know very well, and some of them are likely to know her very well. Krupa Ravi. Likewise, you have Ankita Satardekar. We are looking for the one. She's looking for professional talent like you if you want to work in Google. So that's how you go to, or that's how you do a demo of recruiters. So this is the CAR method. We have started at the top by targeting companies. Then we have looked at professional alumni, educational alumni, and then we have looked at recruiters. I hope that made sense. Now, once you do that, please remember, do not reach out to them and say, I need a job, I really want a job, oh, I'm desperate, here is my resume. That is not networking. When you do that, you are not going to connect with them well. In fact, you're going to break your network of connection with them because they don't know you right now. They don't know who you are. Remember guys, when you ask for a job, let me repeat this clearly. When you ask for a job from anybody, you're trying to take a huge debit in a relationship where you don't have credit yet. How can you do that? How can you open up a bank account today, not put any money in it, and try to take 1,000 rupee withdrawal? You can't. There is no money in it. How can you take a withdrawal? So do not do this. Do not say, I need a job, please help me. Nobody is going to help you. The way to rephrase that request is, how can I contribute to the growth opportunities in your company? Please note this down. How can I contribute to the growth opportunities in your company? That is going to make a tremendous difference. Because what you're doing is you're pivoting. You're shifting your mindset and the way you are perceived from a job seeker who's saying, help me, I need a job, please, I'm helpless, I'm desperate. You're shifting from that to a problem solver. When you're saying, how can I contribute to the growth opportunities in your company? You're signaling to the HR manager, dude, I'm not a job seeker, I'm a problem solver. If you have a problem, I can solve it. So that mindset shift makes a huge, huge positive impact in the eyes of the recruiter. Remember something, companies hire problem solvers, not job seekers. Please note this down. Companies hire problem solvers. Companies are in the business of making profit. They want to increase their revenue, they want to reduce their cost, and they will hire anybody who can help them do that. Who can help them do that. So therefore they're looking for problem solvers. No company on this planet is looking to hire job seekers who want a job, right? That's pretty logical. But yet job seekers think about searching for a job rather than positioning themselves as a problem solver. So ask yourself, in your mind, in your head right now, are you positioning yourself as a job seeker or as a problem solver? And if this has opened up a window in your mind. Give me that thumbs up and let me know that now you know that there is an alternative, there's a choice to start thinking like a problem solver, and you must. So here is an example of one of my students, Matthew. He wrote into me and said, "Dear Vikram, and the best thing, I connected with my ex-bosses and applied your technique. How can I contribute instead of do you have any job opportunities for me?" I got a job offer from my ex-boss at a 45% hike. Really grateful to you, Vikram. So Matthew did two things very cleverly. Firstly, he did not go to any random person. He went to his ex-boss where he had a credit balance. The boss already knew his strengths and weaknesses. And then he applied the strategy which I'm sharing with you. And no wonder in one day, he was able to get a new job with a 45% hike. So imagine what kind of role you would get, with what kind of hike you would get if you were to reposition yourself in the eyes of the recruiter or the HR manager as a problem solver. So what you get when you do this exercise and you really apply and implement this is, you will have a targeted list of at least 25 companies. In each of the companies, you will have a list of 10 alumni, maybe 5 professional and 5 educational. You will have a targeted list of at least 5 recruiters in those companies, which means a list of 125 recruiters. When you add it up, you are starting with a list of 375 leads to help you find a job. Whereas most job seekers start with 0 leads, absolutely 0. Give me a thumbs up if that is something that motivates you. I hope it does. We've been sitting together in this webinar right now. I hope this motivates you and says, yes, I'm going to start my job search with 375 leads, as Vikram says, or even more if you want to. And I would applaud you for that, versus most job seekers who start with no leads at all, who have no idea how to network. Now you know how to network and you have a list of 375 leads. This is called a blue ocean strategy. Very few people even know how to do it, and even fewer actually do this. You're starting off in an entirely different way with much better possibilities of result. The probability is a lot higher because remember, hiring is a P2P business. It's a person-to-person interaction. When you find out your professional alumni, your educational alumni, when you look at recruiters who want to hire you, you're engaging with another human being rather than an algorithm which will decide when you apply online whether your resume is going to get shortlisted or not. This is a much better method. Time for another poll. How many leads do you currently have in your job search? So there are a couple of options there. Go ahead and select the option that is right for you. You can see yourself, right? There are many of us don't know any leads or don't have any leads or have very few leads. Hopefully now, by the end of this exercise, you at least in your mind have a structure of how to go out there and get 375 leads. Ladies and gentlemen, please understand, job search has changed dramatically in the last 3 years. The hiring practices and mechanisms which were prevalent earlier do not work as well today. There's a lot of AI, there are a lot of tools which have come in, people are networking a lot more, and you're getting a little bit of a glimpse of that in today's session. I have personally spoken to all these HR directors, senior HR executives, lots of recruiters because I'm in that business, and they all say we love seeing initiative from talent when they reach out to us in a creative way. So there's no reason why you should feel overwhelmed. Oh my God, I'm reaching out to the director at Amex or Coca-Cola. What will they think of me? They actually want you to reach out to them in a nice, creative, sensible, smart way. Let's read this little email which came in from one of my students. When he used the same strategy which I've spent the last half an hour sharing with you called the Blue Ocean Strategy, let's look at what happened to him. So he wrote in and said, "Dear Vikram Anand sir, I hope this message finds you well. I'm writing to express my sincere gratitude for the profound impact the Blue Ocean Strategy has had on my career. Following the recent unexpected layoff, which means he was laid off from his company at my previous company, I found myself in a challenging position. However, The principles you taught proved to be incredibly transformative. Applying the Blue Ocean strategy not only provided me with a new mindset, but also enabled me to connect with the right people at the right time, delivering my message with precision. That's called focused job search. This strategic approach led me to a remarkable opportunity. I'm thrilled to share that I have joined XYZ company as the Director of Content Strategy effective September 16th. This new role represents a significant step towards a forward in my career with an elevated designation and a decent pay scale. While my initial goal was to secure a position quickly, which it did, the Blue Ocean strategy offered me a broader perspective. It guided me towards a role that aligns perfectly with my expertise and aspirations in a cutting-edge company. Thank you once again for imparting such valuable knowledge. Your guidance has been instrumental in this successful transition, and I look forward to applying the Blue Ocean strategy principles to drive further success in my new role. The reason I've spent time in reading this mail is to impress on you that the Blue Ocean strategy works across fields, across sectors, even for senior professionals like this gentleman, provided you work on it. Sitting back in this webinar and maybe having a cup of tea and watching it passively is not going to help you. It's the application which is going to help you. So, have you enjoyed the time that you have stayed with me thus far, so far? Give me a thumbs up if you have, if you've enjoyed learning new concepts and new strategies of job search, which you may not be familiar with, or even if you've heard of them, but you've picked up some new tips and tricks. Give me the thumbs up. Thank you guys, I appreciate you. Love the thumbs ups that are coming in. Thank you. You have a choice. Just as you had a choice to attend today's webinar or not, and you decided to invest time, as you are here right now, you have a choice of going into the job market as a job seeker or as a problem solver. That choice is yours. A job seeker, and most people are job seekers, follow the herd. They apply online and only online because they think it's easy, but they don't know better. They hope to get shortlisted and they give up very quickly. The average job seeker gives up very, very quickly. The moment they face a few rejections, they go back to their dead-end job. And 99% of your competition, 99% of people in India searching for a job are in the job seeker's mindset. However, there is a small subset of people called problem solvers who lead the pack. They make their own destiny. They are in the driver's seat of the job search. They network very, very effectively for jobs. They persevere and they get multiple offers. And it's my endeavor to ensure that you are actually in this small pool of winners rather than the previous pool of people who waste a lot of time. If you remember that video, we don't have time to waste. Every second is an important second that's gone by. And that choice of right now, whether you want to be a job seeker or problem solver, will make or break your job search in the future. So what you learned today in this Dream Job webinar is all about networking. Alright, there's a lot that we learned in the time that we had. But this is the tip of the iceberg. Once you network well with a recruiter, an HR manager, a hiring manager, they will want to know more about you. So I still have to teach you about how do you create a kick-ass LinkedIn profile that people are going to engage with you on. How do you write a world-class resume that's going to excite the reader and pass through the applicant tracking system. I still have to teach you how do you ace a job interview and transact very well. There is a framework for it. There is a model called NEXT, which stands for Network, Engage, Excite, and Transact. And in today's session, you have seen just the tip of the iceberg where we spoke a little bit about networking. The problem is the time that we've spent so far isn't enough for me to teach you everything about job search. Job search is actually a very complex, elaborate topic. And we've scratched the surface. I've been able to hopefully open up some windows in your mind. But for me to teach you everything that you need to know, we need to stay together for at least 10 hours more. Now, I know that that's not practical, right? Because you haven't planned to spend 10 hours with me today. But you need to stay with me longer for me to teach you all else that you need to know. Once you network well, how do How do you ensure that you have a great LinkedIn profile, a fantastic resume, you ace job interviews, etc.? So with that said, may I have your permission to share my upcoming 3-day Dream Job Accelerator to help you find a job quickly? If you're curious about it, give me the thumbs up and let me know. Click that thumbs up icon, let me know, that little button you can see on your screen, and let me know if I have your permission. Because if I do, then I will certainly share it with you if you're curious about how can you stay longer with me to learn more. Great, I can see some responses coming in. Thank you guys, I appreciate that. Let's continue. The 3-day Dream Job Accelerator is designed for you to stay longer with me for 3 days more. You have stayed with me for 2 hours and you have learned a lot in the last 2 hours about job search. Imagine what happens if you stay with me for 3 days, and that is the synopsis of the Dream Job Accelerator. The Dream Job Accelerator, the 3-day accelerator agenda is like this. We start on a Thursday from 8:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. 3 hours, 3 intense hours where I will cover resumes and cover letters. I will go super deep into both of them. On Friday at 8:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. IST, these are all IST timings, we will talk about job interviews. And on Saturday, we will talk about networking and LinkedIn. So the Dream Job Accelerator happens every alternate Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The timings are fixed, which is from 8:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. IST. That's when most working professionals can leverage what I'm about to teach. On day 1, which is on Thursday, we will talk about the 5 resume mistakes you have in your resume. I haven't seen your resume yet, but I can guarantee you have these 5 mistakes in it. And I'll show you what they are and how to overcome them. Then I will prepare a full resume strategy, which I will share with you, because every single paragraph in your resume should be strategically written. Then I will do a resume demo. So we will walk through a real world resume and I'll teach you how to make it as good as what you're seeing on the screen. We will do resume optimization, which means how do you optimize your resume so that it passes through an applicant tracking system using something called keyword injection. I'll talk about 3 resume reviews of people like you, working professionals, who have sent their resume to me for a review. I've reviewed them and I'll show you the mistakes they're making so that you don't make them. Let's not reinvent the wheel, right? If somebody's made a mistake, let's go and try to make sure that we don't make the same mistake. Then I will talk about AI for resumes. Today, AI, generative AI, plays a massive role in resumes and cover letters, so we're going to talk about that. If you either work abroad or if you want to work abroad, we'll talk about international resumes. I'll share with you what HR directors are thinking about when it comes to resumes. And then on that first day, we will end with cover letters and why cover letters are important, how do you draft a cover letter, and a lot of great fun stuff. So it's a power-packed 3-hour agenda on one topic, resumes and cover letters. Now you may say, that's great, but so what? Remember guys, in life, question everything, including what I'm saying. I want you to be in a very inquisitive frame of mind. If I have said that on the first day, you're going to get all of this, your response to me should be, Vikram, that's great, but so what? What does that get me? Well, what that gets you is, you will be able to craft your own world-class resume in just 2 days. The shortest time possible with the least amount of effort. That's my promise to you. On Friday, we will talk about job interviews. Now, there are 2 types of interviews we talk about, in person and virtual. I'll start with your mindset first because you will win or lose a job interview in your mind. So I will reprogram your mind when it comes to job search. I'll walk you through a full process of job interviews. What do you do before an interview, during an interview, and after an interview? Then I'll talk about virtual interviews, body language, grooming. I'll give you a strategy of how to crack an interview and how do you answer the tricky questions that get asked. Again, one topic for 3 hours from 8:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. IST on Friday. So what? That sounds great, but what does that get me? That's the question that should be in your mind. And the answer is, you will have learned how to master interviews in just one day. That's my promise to you. And then on Saturday, which is the grand finale, we will look at advanced networking. What you've learned right now in this little 2 hour is this scratching the surface of networking. We will go deep into the 4 types of recruiters in the marketplace, the best executive search firms. I will share the names of who they are, and then I'll also talk about how do you get in touch with them. And then we will look at how do you create a superb LinkedIn profile. We will walk through strategy. I'll show you a demo step by step. I'll hold your hand and walk you step by step in terms of creating a great LinkedIn profile. Because we live in a digital world today, your LinkedIn profile will be seen even before your resume is asked for. I'm aware of that. I want to make sure you have a really good LinkedIn profile. So what? Remember, always keep saying, Vikram, that sounds good. What is the outcome of that? The outcome of that is you will learn how to create your own top-notch LinkedIn profile in 2 days. In just a weekend, you will have a crackerjack, kick-ass LinkedIn profile. So this is the overview of the 3-day Dream Job Accelerator. My aim in the entire program is what you can see in green below. To help you get the best results in the shortest time with the least amount of effort from your side. Let's work intelligently and smartly. As you saw in that video earlier, that motivational video, we don't have time to waste. So this is the schedule. These are live webinars, all of them. There are limited seats because I have booked a webinar room of a particular size. They always happen on Thursday, Friday and Saturday. The dates are on your screen right now. You can see them. So make sure you note the dates very, very carefully. That's very important. It's every alternate week, not every week. See the exact dates on your screen. And this 3-day packed session is only for action takers. It's only for people who are willing to invest 3 days with me to ensure they get ahead of the competition. And I do not provide any recordings or any slides during the session. The reason is very simple. I want you to put in work. I want you to take an empty notepad and bring it to the session. And by the time the session is over, the 3 days are over, your notepad should be full of notes. Because when you write notes, you will burn the new concept in your mind. If you know that you will get a recording at the end of the day, you'll be sitting back having a cup of coffee and watching it passively. That's a waste of your time and a complete waste of my time. So I do not provide any recordings at all. Be very clear about that. No recordings, no slides. Intentionally, because that's how my students have got transformative results. When they have rolled up their sleeves and written notes, copious notes during the 3 days. So let's look at a specific case study of what happened to a student, a working professional like you who attended the 3 days. Let's talk about Sachin Tamvekar. He's a middle-level manager and in Pune, I think. And before the 3-day Dream Job Accelerator, he was unable to convert job applications to interviews. He was setting them up, but he wasn't able to crack an interview. However, after going through just these 3 days, look at the result in green. He got a new job in 1 week of graduating from this 3-day program with a 43% salary hike and a joining bonus. He joined a company called Hexaware Technologies in Mumbai. What I'd like you to do is watch this little video clip where he has a message for you. All right? So let's watch this together. Hi Sachin, and a very, very warm welcome to this brief interaction. Really happy to have you with us.
Thank you.
Sachin, I'd like to get started first by asking you, why did you invest your time in the 3-day program? You know, when you learned about it, what was going on in your mind?
Okay, so basic intention was I was trying to apply for multiple jobs with the job portals, but it was not working. The problem statement was applying on a job portal is too late in the cycle. That is the real fact right now, and competition will be a little bit high. I was aware of the problem, but I was not aware what exactly solution for this problem. And all of a sudden, I came across your advertising on social media, and then I thought of joining this session. Once I joined this session, it was first day people, somebody is sitting in front of me and he is explaining what exactly the problem is. So immediately I was expecting the solution of a problem, and then I came across the situation wherein how you can build up your resume first, and it should pass the ATS. So that is the basic criteria. Once your resume passed the ATS, then the preparation of an interview. So that was one of the beautiful sessions wherein I was learning how I can spend a whole day in MNC with all my preparations. I should not be exhaustive, and at the end of the day, I should come out with a fresh mind. So that was the intention, that I never faced this situation in my life. Every time I was struggling with all my resumes and all these things, but that helps me. And third thing is social media network and all these things. And that three things help me a lot. And apart from that, multiple tools which you have explained it, how you can create your image, brand, all these things. So I come up with I just gone through all these things, and see, it's a human tendency. People will forget all the things if you don't implement it immediately. So that is the reason I started implementing all these things right from next day, and within 1 week I got succeed in this thing. So I got offer from one of the biggest.
You within 1 week you got success after attending the 3-day program. Is that what you're saying?
1 week I got a success because I was aware of a problem. My resume is not getting shortlisted, and once I'm getting shortlisted, how to crack that I was confident enough. So that resume building and ATS clearance and all these things helped me a lot.
So you used the 3-day program. Within 1 week, you got a new job. And what kind of percentage salary hike did you get with your new job?
Okay, I got 43% hike with joining bonus. Everything is good. So it was a good, really a good experience of having this course.
All right, welcome back. So in the first day, which is all about resumes, the output is you will have learned how to create a world-class resume for yourself in just 2 days. Now, if you were to go online and if you were to go to a site, like for example in this screen, you can see it's Shine.com's paid service of writing one resume for you. Look at what I've highlighted in yellow on the bottom right hand side. The fee for doing that is 13,398 rupees to write one resume. You don't learn any skills to write a resume yourself, and that resume template cannot be used for multiple jobs, and that is the price for a mid to senior level resume in the market. If you are an entry level junior executive, focus on the top left number. Executive level resume writing services, 5,000 rupees. So at the low end, to get one resume written, the market is charging you 5,000 rupees, and at the high end it's charging you 13,300 bucks. So I think it is very fair to say that the value of what I will teach you on the first day is at least 5,000 rupees, because I'm giving you lifelong skills to understand and write unlimited resumes yourself for your current job search and all your future job searches. On the second day, we will talk about job interviews. I've shown you that to ensure that the output is that you can crack any job interview and you will have all the skills that you need to do that. The value, not the price. These are not the prices. The value of this is at least 8,000 rupees. And finally, on the third day, where we talk about networking with executive search consultants and firms and creating a LinkedIn profile so that you can get a top-notch LinkedIn profile in just 2 days, the value of that is at least 7,000 rupees. So the total value, the total program value is 20,000 rupees, if not much more. I'm being very conservative in terms of the value because I've seen the transformational results it's given students. But that's not the price of the program. I realize that times are hard, people are struggling, many people have been laid off, and I want to make the program as affordable to as many people as possible. Alright, so it's not 20,000 rupees. In fact, it's not even half of that. Remember, my aim is to deliver as much as I know over the 3 days to as many people as possible. So it's not even 10,000 rupees. And my question to you here is, if your career is very valuable to you, if you want to rise in your career, Put a figure in your mind. How much are you willing to invest so that you get a really good job? You know that I'm not even charging you 10,000 bucks for a 3-day live program. Now, if you go to my website, my homepage, you will see that this program price is 4,991. All right. So when people go to my website, when they log in from there, when they purchase the program, it's 4,991. However, that's not the price for you. Why? Because you have already proven to me that you are a serious problem solver. You have invested 2 hours with me, and I want to pay you back in a way which makes this investment even more attractive for you. So, are you ready for the final price? The price which is applicable while you are on this webinar only. After the webinar, the price will go back to 4,991. But while you are in this webinar, your price is 2,491 including GST, 2,491. That's it. So you are immediately getting a saving, a 50% savings of 2,500 rupees. The price for 3 days, let me be very, very crystal clear, is 2,491. And looking at this program, when students have been through it, for example, Rutvik Tankiwale, Rutvik went through the program, and this is his video testimonial of the program. He said, I thought that the 3-day job search program was absolutely amazing. The tips that you shared, the insights that you gave, the references that you gave, the abbreviations that I learned, it's just incredible. Just looking at these 3 days, I think that the 3 days would be an absolute game changer for me in the future. Imagine having an experience which is an absolute game changer for your job search over 3 days for a very nominal fee of 2,491. Urbimala Sengupta wrote in and said, was the program value for my money? Absolutely. I got so much information, I got to learn so many things which I never knew before. And thanks to Vikram sir for such informative, amazing session. It absolutely blew my mind. And I promise I will blow your mind if you attend the program. Prashant Chinoy is a very senior guy. He's a VP and head of technology. He wrote and this is a transcript of his video, and he said, and that was really a game changer for me. When he says his, he's referring to me. His insights and practical strategy boosted my confidence and equipped me with the skills for a career success. I highly recommend this course. I haven't finished yet. I'm still going to give you more. Like I mentioned, guys, my aim is to blow your mind. So if you thought that 2,491 was a steal deal for a 3-day live program, I'm going to give you additional bonuses when you come to the program. Remember, I want you to succeed. So I will leave no stone unturned to make sure you do that. Let's look at these great bonuses. Bonus number 1 is I'm going to give you a rockstar resume template. This is the actual template that I have used to get top jobs as a head of marketing at AkzoNobel, Cargill, for jobs at Unilever, Johnson & Johnson. So I'm going to give you my fully editable Word document resume template. And the benefit of that for you is you will be able to create your resume much faster. You will learn the principles on day 1, which is all about resumes, and then you'll already have a template. You will be able to put the strategies into the template, and within a day you'll have your world-class resume. That is bonus 1 out of 7 bonuses. The second bonus is I'm going to give you a list of resume tips. So as you're making your resume, it's a little checklist where you can keep checking out all that I'm suggesting that you do to make your resume extremely good. So what happens is that you actually save tons of time. You're not having to reinvent the wheel. I've already done that for you. I've invented the wheel for you in that as a metaphor, as a way of speaking. But I've already done that, and I've given you a checklist which you will get in the program. Then I'm also going to give you as bonus number 3, 50 explosive power words which you can use to start the bullet points in your resume. I want you to create a very high impact first impression when somebody reads your resume. And to do that, you have to have power words in your resume. And I'm going to show you, depending on what you're writing, which power word to use. The next bonus is I'm also going to give you 2 cover letters. Depending on the scenario, you can use cover letter option 1 or option 2. And You will then be able to wow the HR manager, because most people only send a resume to the HR manager. You're sending in a very professionally written cover letter and a resume. So I'm going to give you a fully editable template, not one but two templates for your cover letters. And then I'm also going to give you another bonus, which is 29 Ace Every Job Interview Tips Checklist. When you're preparing for a job interview and you're stressed and you're nervous, the moment you read that checklist, all your worries and anxiety will vanish. My aim is to ensure that with the checklist, you confidently face any interview. And then I'm going to give you the final bonus, which is top 68 tricky job interview questions. It's a list of all the questions there, and I want you to be able to answer every interview question confidently, because I've covered almost all of them. I'm not giving you the answer to the questions because I want you to use your brains. I want you to use your personal experience and put your own answer. But all the possible scenarios of questions, the tricky ones, are mentioned in that list. Did I say that was the last bonus? Well, there's one more. 18 Power Up LinkedIn Tips Checklist. So when you're creating your LinkedIn profile, again, I'll give you a handy checklist and you can go step by step by step, checking off the points in the checklist, and you will get a very, very strong, superb LinkedIn profile. My aim with this checklist is to make sure that this bonus gives you a kick-ass LinkedIn profile effortlessly. I put in the effort in creating this list so that you don't have to worry. So this is what you get as bonuses along with the 3 days of live coaching with me at that same price. You get a Rockstar Resume template, 25 Rockstar Resume tips checklist, 50 exclusive power words list, 2 high impact cover letter templates, 29 Ace job interview tips checklist, 68 tricky job interview questions list, and 18 power up LinkedIn tips checklist. The total value of all these bonuses is 9,500 rupees, but I'm happy to give it to you for free when you enroll now. If you enroll from my website, you don't get any of these bonuses and you pay double the price. Arvind is a senior manager in finance, and here's a transcript of his video testimonial where he said, "Would I recommend the Dream Job Accelerator program to my friends? Definitely. Was this program worth my time? 100%. What blew my mind was the way the program was structured over the 3 days. Let me assure you, I've structured it to the finest detail so that you learn the fastest, again, in the shortest time possible." Yashwant comes from an entirely different background in construction management, and his transcript of his video testimonial about the program was, "I found the program to be very actionable. Vikram brought his vast experience to the workshop and it showed. I would suggest that it is a very brilliant investment, and I would refer all my friends who are really serious about job change to the program." Shashi Shamrao Shinde is a VP of Corporate Employees, part of HR at HSBC, and he said this program was fabulous. This particular program was certainly value addition to my knowledge, and it blew my mind honestly. I'll be recommending this program to many of my friends and colleagues. I've learned exactly what to do for my job search. Ritika Shetty is actually a head of HR, and despite being the head of HR in a big company, she said, "I'm a senior HR leader and I was a little skeptical about the program, but I think it was mind-blowing in terms of being able to actually see what I was doing wrong in my job search. And the tips and tricks and all the tools that you shared with us during those 3 days seem to be something that would be very helpful." And they will be. I'm going to be sharing softwares and free tips and free softwares actually, which will help you accelerate your job search. That's why it's called the accelerator. All right, now let me show you what the payment page looks like once you click the button on your screen. Give me a second and I will share that with you. Once you click the button, you'll come to a page which looks like this. The 3-day Dream Job Accelerator, and it's from Thursday to Saturday. You'll see the actual dates on the page. It's always from 8:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. IST. The timings don't change. A lot of the content, you have to click that little show more button and it will open up and show you all that you get in the program. Okay, so all that stuff is here. Now on the right hand side, you can see what you need to pay. You will be entering your first name, last name, email address, phone number. The price of the program in the webinar right now is 2491, which gives you 3 live sessions, 9 hours across 3 days of live coaching with me, a batch flexibility. You get a refund option, which I'll talk about in a minute. So that is the program price. And in addition to that, if you want, you can get our AI system. We have developed an AI system in Berlin, in Germany, to do an AI review of your resume. So if you want, you can select that option, and then your total price will be 2982. Entirely optional, but highly recommended. So what does this AI resume review look like, and why do you need it? Let me share first what it looks like. Here is a student who has got his resume reviewed, and this is what it looks like. So here is a review of a particular resume, and our system has given this resume a 6 out of 10. The AI system will extract data from your resume like an ATS does and go through every line in your resume, look at the structure, look at the format, look at the content, look at the English, and it will give you a detailed review. So this resume had got a 0 out of 10 because the summary was poor, or there was no summary. Experience was 8 out of 10, skills was 6 out of 10, etc. Once it does that, after that it goes into each section and gives you even greater details, step by step, in what is missing and what should have been there. For example, in work experience, it will tell you, for example, dates are inconsistent, some roles that you have mentioned lack specific locations, etc., etc. Then it will give you suggestions of how to improve it. It will give you an example, talk about why, and the location. Then it comes to skills, and you can see here that you have the skill section. So it will basically go through every part of your resume and make sure that it gives you really, really detailed feedback. Now the question is, should you opt for it, and why is it important? Whether you are a middle level professional or a senior professional, your resume was probably written a couple of days, couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months back, and nobody has given you feedback on how good it is for today's job market, right? Who do you refer to your resume to? Maybe some well-meaning family member or some well-meaning friend who's equally clueless as you are about whether your resume is good or not. So what I want you to do, I highly, highly recommend this is, I want you to go to this payment page and invest 491 in yourself. You're paying less than $500 to get a very detailed review of your resume. But having said that, I know that I want to keep it optional because maybe some of you don't want to get it done. That's your choice. If I were in your place, I would say, yes, I want to invest 3 days with Vikram. I will pay 2491 for the 3-day program and those 7 fabulous bonuses. But at the same time, I will also get my AI resume review done. Again, to get it done, you have to click that button and it will be added to your program price. Okay, so let's click that. Now let's come here and see what happens. Let's go step by step. I'm going to type in my name, my email address, and my number. Once you do that, come down, select the optional AI resume review if you want. Otherwise, you can keep it unselected and click pay. So we wait for a couple of seconds for our payment processor, Razorpay, to do its magic, and you will see that you will be able to pay via a UPI, through your credit or debit cards, through net banking. You can even split it on an EMI for as low as 100 rupees a month. But remember that this EMI is only on cards, on a credit card, not on other methods. And then there are some other options. Whichever method you choose, entirely up to you. You can go ahead and select it, and then you will be able to make your payment. Okay, so now what happens once you make your payment? Once you enroll, what happens? Let me show you the entire roadmap. Within a couple of minutes, you will get an email from Zoom. The entire 3 days is hosted on Zoom. You will get an email from Zoom, like you can see here, the Dream Job Accelerator, and this is a screenshot from a previous batch, September confirmation details inside. When you open that email, you will get approximately proper email which will give you the exact dates. You can add the dates to your Google Calendar so that you don't miss them, and you can save it. You will join our WhatsApp group, again entirely optional if you would like to join it. It's a closed group where only I will be able to message to you. Nobody else can message you or spam you. The aim of the group is for you to be notified when we go live with our session so that you don't miss them. And you will get 3 reminder emails from Zoom. One will come 1 week before the event, one will come 1 day before the event, and one will come 1 hour before the event. So here we are. Now you have that choice of either remaining in the job seekers mode and reverting back to the way you're searching for jobs, or you can move over to the problem solvers mode, invest in yourself, and join the 3-day Dream Job Accelerator. If you remain in the job seekers mode, it means that your mindset is, I'm scared to grow and learn. I'm scared to try something new. I don't want to invest in myself. I want the easy way out. I want a new job, but I don't want to work for it. That is the typical mindset of a casual, lazy job seeker. They want a new job, but they don't want to invest even $24.91 in learning how to find one. I hope you are not in that mindset. Because if you are, take it in writing from me, in 2 days from now, you will go back to your old habits of applying online and get absolutely nothing from the time that you've spent with me. Because as human beings, we always tend to revert back to old bad habits. And when you do that, you'll waste a lot of valuable time searching for a job, because you'll make the same mistake again and again and again and expect a different result. You'll get very frustrated with the amount of time you'll waste, and you will lose confidence in yourself. I've seen this happen to job seekers, and I would not like you to be amongst them. On the other hand, the other choice that you have, and that's how empowering this is, you have the choice of joining the 3-day Dream Job Accelerator, and your mindset will be, hey, I'm excited to grow and learn. I want to invest in myself and my skills. I want to quickly get results by working smartly. I want to control my destiny because I'm networking with people, the right people. I want new results, and therefore I'm willing to try new strategies with professional coaching. Here's the reality, the bottom line. When you pay this nominal fee to invest time over 3 days, you'll get serious. When you get serious about your job search, because you know you have invested a nominal fee, you'll take smart action. And when you take smart action, obviously, you'll see positive results very, very quickly. Unless you have skin in the game, you will not take enough effort to see results. That's why I charge a nominal fee. So I want you to understand that I'm doing that. Let's go back 1 slide. I'm charging this fee because I want you to be serious about your job search. Now do note, this is not a Janta program. The 3-day accelerator is not a program for everyone. The free webinar is a time where you can decide whether you're serious about your job search to join the 3-day program. I want you to invest time and come live to the sessions over 3 days, because I'm looking for committed problem solvers. I'm looking for people who are serious about getting results quickly. And I'm looking for people like you. I want to look for people who are willing to take time to invest in themselves. Now, I also know at the same time that, sometimes in some ways, buying a course or attending a program is like buying a new house. And you cannot buy a new house unless you have seen it from the inside. And I fully understand that. That's why I want to offer you 100% money back guarantee. So here's how it works. It's a 3-day program. So you can attend the first day totally risk-free. Okay? If you like it, you can remain in the program. But for any reason, if you find that it's not relevant for you, let me know before the second session starts for a very cheerful 100% money back. No questions asked. I want you to commit to coming to the first day. But guess what? I'm so confident that I will blow your mind that you will want to remain in the program. The reason why I'm offering you 100% money back guarantee is because I know I will blow your mind. But if I don't, no hard feelings, take your money back. And I'm also going to give you a second guarantee. If you apply what I teach you on the 3 days, just apply, all right? In 2 days, you will be able to write a top-notch resume. In 2 days, you will be able to create a top-notch LinkedIn profile. My only request is come to all the 3 sessions, attend them, work through your resume, work through your LinkedIn profile. You need 2 days. That's my guarantee to you. So this is the 3-day Dream Job Accelerator. 3 live coaching sessions with me. So you're spending 3 days more than just the small mini 2-hour session today we have had. You'll have 9 hours of interaction with me. It's from Thursday to Saturday. The dates are on your screen. 8:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. IST. It's only on these fixed times. It's not in the morning. It's not in the afternoon. It's only from 8:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. IST. I'll also give you 7 mind-blowing bonuses to accelerate your job search. I understand that you may be busy, so you can shift a batch if the dates don't suit you. You can lock in the price right now, enroll in the program, write into my help desk. My help desk email address is hello@vikramanand.com. That's hello@vikramanand.com. Write into them and you can shift to a future batch, which will be 2 weeks later. The batches are every fortnight, and remember, I'm being very open, honest and transparent. There are no recordings or slide sharings because I want you to do the work. When you do the work, you will be insanely successful. The program is only for the people who are in the problem solver mindset, not for job seekers. If you are in the problem solver mindset saying, I want to invest in myself, I want to learn new strategies, I want to apply them, and I want to get results, this program is for you. This is what you need to join. And of course, we have small batches because it's a live setup. In a live setup, I have already pre-booked with Zoom a certain number of seats. Once I hit that, this payment page will stop. It will get deactivated. So please take action now. Here is a screenshot of video testimonials of dozens of people before you, working professionals from all backgrounds who have raved about the program. And I'm not saying this to show off. I think we're all very senior and mature people here. I'm saying this to prove to you it's risk-free. It delivers outstanding value, and all I want you to do is click that button, enroll in the program. Stay with me for 3 days more. Here is what the 3-day Dream Job Accelerator has in store for you. If you like what you have learned so far, you will absolutely love the 3 days with me in the Dream Job Accelerator. The fastest way to learn is not through content, it is through coaching with a professional. That's where I can step in and support you. And I want you to think about today's session as the trailer to the main movie. The Dream Job webinar you attended right now, the free webinar, was a trailer to show you what all is out there in terms of the new strategies that I shared with you, the car model. There are many, many other models which I will reveal in the 3-day. That's the main movie. See it in that context. Now, some people who are still deciding and are not very sure tell me, Vikram, I would love to attend, but I don't want to spend $24.91 to find a new job. And my pushback to them is, really? If your career, which will help you get lakhs in return, is important to you, you don't want to spend even $24.91 to find a new job, then you are not a serious problem solver. You are an armchair dreamer. Because if you can't invest even $2,500 and a few days with me in learning how to find a new job in today's rapidly changing world of hiring, you will remain in your current dead-end job. Another question people have is, Vikram, I want to attend, but the dates don't suit me. Now that I understand. You may be a busy professional and maybe the dates actually don't suit you. You may have a professional project. You may have some personal commitments. Fair enough. Lock in the price now, enroll in the program, write into our help desk at hello@vikramanand.com, and we will be more than glad to shift you to a future batch. Vikram, I want to attend, but the timing doesn't suit me. Unfortunately, I can't help that. I have created the live program to help as many people as possible, and through all our research we have found that 8:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. suits the maximum number of people. Vikram, I'm a senior manager. I'm a senior professional. Can this 3-day program really help me? Is it for me? So let me pull out this chart, which is a chart where we ask our students in the 3-day program, how many years of work experience do you have? So let's look at that blue section. 17% are in the 0 to 7 years, they are in junior management. 29% are in 8 to 15 years in middle management. And 54% have more than 15 years of experience. So if you are a senior manager, my dear friend, you're in the right place in the Dream Job Accelerator. Vikram, I'm a middle-level manager facing a midlife crisis. Can this program really help me? Yes, it can. I've been a mid-level manager. I understand the midlife crisis that hits all of us in our late 30s and early 40s. And I've built in strategies in the program to help you, to kick you in the butt, if I have to ensure that you move out of that in the 3-day program. And if you are a confused junior manager who doesn't know how do you stand out from the competition at an entry-level job, the program is also relevant for you. We've taken everything to make sure that the program is relevant irrespective of your years of seniority. Vikram, I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out job search myself. So how is this program going to help me? We asked the same question to the people in the 3-day Dream Job Accelerator. How long have you been searching for a job? And focus on the green part of the pie. 28% have been trying to figure out job search themselves and have still not found a job for over 6 months. 14% have been searching for 3 to 6 months. What does that tell you? It tells you that if you try to search for jobs yourself, and if you are not a professional in the job search market, you can waste months getting desperate, frustrated, lonely, angry and confused and still not crack the job that's right for you. Alright guys, so you've learned so much in just 2 hours that you've stayed with me today, right? Do we agree? Imagine how much more you would learn if you stayed 3 days with me. So what I'd like you to do, click that button and join me now. We're wrapping up and we're coming to the end of the session. If you don't join now, you can always join at any point of time from my website. You're more than welcome to do that. The program price is 4,991 minus all the bonuses. There are no bonuses given. But if you join now, while this webinar is going on, your special price is 24,991 including GST. I'll pick up the GST on your behalf. You don't have to worry about it. And that gives you an immediate savings, a 50% saving of 2,500 bucks. 3-day high impact session. You will discover the latest in job search strategy. You will get lots of bonus templates, 7 of them to be precise, worth 9,500 rupees. It's from Thursday to Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. IST. You can shift batches. So I've removed the excuse that I don't have the time. I've removed the risk from you. I've removed the excuse that it's a risky proposition. It's not. I'm taking the risk. I'm giving you a 100% money back guarantee. And I'm ensuring that I will blow your mind. You will have amazing results when you attend the session. So guys, please stop wasting any more time in job search. I have a tried, tested, proven method. Join the program, test it out. Click that button. That's the most important thing. Click that button and I'll see you on the other side. If you